We need some more light in here. Hold on, tubes. Oh, there we go. Well, it's been a while since I made a video. Well, about a month. I got some news. I have some projects coming up. One is Ford related. The other is, well, we'll get to that in this video here in a moment. Because I had to run up to the farm and drop off some parts to the one vehicle I'm working on. But I wanted to give you guys some news. So, update on our project stuff. And just with myself also. I haven't been making any videos in the last few weeks because I got the flu. I was pretty sick in December and finally getting over it, but hopefully I don't get sick again because I've been having to work out in the cold, and I don't do all that great in the cold, and it messes with my sinuses and usually ends up in giving me some kind of cold or flu or whatever. But anyways, I'm going to start with the Junkyard truck because this one is going to be interesting. I don't know when I'm going to do it. I have some things on my end I need to square away. Because I was sick, I missed some time at work. And all my sick time and vacation was burnt up from the last time I got sick. Or at least the sick time was used up when I got sick. You guys remember when I got my truck stuck out in the woods? Well, I got sick pretty bad after that, and all the sick time that refilled, like 2 weeks worth, gone. So that has impacted me financially, and also I had some issues with my shoulder and left arm earlier last year, or towards the end of last year. Yeah, it's not good. Anyways, I'm trying to recover from all that. But the good news is I've got some side projects coming up that are paying. So I'll have that on top of my normal paychecks now that I'm able to go back to work. So here's what's possibly going to happen. Talking about the Junkyard truck here. Now, if you guys have been following along, you know that I have blown up my 302. Physically and mechanically. This is most of it there. I got the block right here. Yeah, so it needs machine work. I've even thought about getting a whole different engine, which is actually what I'm going to talk to you guys about. So I have a friend who has an engine. It's a 95 model. It's in a motorhome. It's a Ford. It's not a 302 and it's not a 351. I have a ZF5 that's not for a diesel engine. It's got a big block housing on it. You picking up what I'm putting down? This truck here is my toy. I mean, I have my other one, but that's my fuel saver and toy. And then this one here, I want to make kind of fun. I was already kind of doing that with the 302. The good thing was a tire shredder. And then, well, this happened, and then, yeah. So that's a thing. I don't know when that's going to happen. It's going to cost me a little bit of money to get the engine. And of course, we're going to do some work to that. You know, I'm not going to just drop an engine back in without doing some kind of work to it. And then I have my ZF5 that I need to get bearings and synchros for and finish tearing it apart, putting the new stuff in, put it back together. And then if the engine thing happens, we'll do all that. So that's that. Right now, that's kind of on paper. Nothing set in stone just yet. My friend's not actively selling the engine, so I think I have some time to get it. So that's one thing kind of, you know, being talked about between me and another friend. I actually didn't want to announce anything, but I'm just going to tell you it's being talked about. The other thing, not much going on with my other bullnose. It's been put fuel in and drive it kind of thing. I do need to do front brakes. I need to go through my front wheel bearings, pack those all up. I haven't gone through them in, I don't remember when. And then the rear, I want to adjust the brakes, check everything out there, make sure nothing's leaking. Just basic maintenance. So if you guys want to see a video on that, I'll do one. Otherwise, I wasn't going to do it. But I have a feeling we're probably going to end up doing a video on that anyways. So those are my two trucks. And then we have, this is a 97 F250, 4-wheel drive, 7.3. It's all stock. It's got the super thin Cobra pipe, or whatever you want to call it, for the downpipe. It's got its catalytic converter, muffler, all that, all original. It needs some attention. I've already done a little bit of work to it. I fixed some of the headlights. I got to replace the pigtails and fix some of the wiring. Right now it's wired so that the high beams are the low beam. So that's not right. The blower motor needs replaced. So we have some steering components that need to be replaced, and I have those parts. So that's going to be a project coming up. I don't know how much I'm going to get into it. I was actually going to buy a whole exhaust kit for this just to do some content on my part. But it's looking like we're not getting a company bonus, so I don't know if that'll happen. But we're at least going to fix what's wrong with it and use it because, well, that's what they bought it for. So I'm just going to get it going and make it reliable for them. And that'll probably be it. But that's something we're going to work on. You know, the engine needs a little bit of work. It needs like oil change, filters, and stuff like that, and probably change the top end engine oil out so the H-pop will, you know, work good. It does run good. I'd start it, but the ignition got left in the wrong position, and it's dead. Let me show you what we're working with here. It's got a service box on it. I gotta put air in the tires. I'll probably end up taking this to my house because I have a compressor that'll actually air these up. But yeah, check out this Super Duty seat we put in here. It's got the old, whatever you call it, yeah. The other seat, it was blown out. This one, it used one factory bolt, but I gotta drill some holes for the other corners to bolt it in. I got it wired up. I think the heated seat thing works. I turned this on and it powered up, but there's no battery. It's dead, flat dead. Yeah. But yeah, the ignition is something to be desired. You're supposed to leave it like right here. This is accessory, and it's supposed to stay there. It was like in the middle here, so it totally killed the batteries, and they were already kind of shitty before, so I might look into fixing that so I can actually use the key for it. This is a XLT powerstroke 7.3. It's completely stock. Nothing has been done to this engine. I think it's got almost 300,000 miles on it. The cab is in really good condition. There's no rust. It's just dirty, and it's got a little dent here and some scratches in the hood and a cracked windshield. Dent in the bumper. It's got a bent adjuster, and looking at that, I'm not sure the one they gave me is the right one, but I guess we'll find out. But this tie rod here is blown out like they usually are on the Dana 50 TTBs. So yeah, that's that truck. So that right there, that's our other project. It's a GM. It should run, right? Well, it doesn't. It's a 2011. It's got the 6.6 LML Duramax. Actually, kind of a great engine. Lots of power. It's been a decent truck, but unfortunately, we're thinking that when it was bought about a year ago, it was bought with a head gasket slowly going because it's been pushing coolant ever so slightly, and now it's gotten to a point where you can't keep coolant in it, and it doesn't even smoke. Now it does. It won't run anymore. I've even tried starting it on brake cleaner. It won't go on brake cleaner. It's got fuel. I mean, there is like clouds and clouds of white diesel smoke coming out of exhaust. It's not antifreeze at all. It's it'll burn your eyes, so it's fuel. So I know it's getting fuel, and I don't have any codes for any injection pump stuff. So I don't think it's the injection pump that's going out, because like I said, I sprayed brake cleaner in there and it wouldn't go. And it tried to pop off, but then it wouldn't go. So our goal is to push it into the barn over here with skid steer, and we're gonna close up the barn, get that in there. We're gonna pull some stuff apart. I've got a compression tester adapter for that engine, so we're gonna pull a few injectors and test the compression. I have a feeling that it just doesn't have enough compression on at least one bank for it to completely fire over. It could be that both head gaskets just happen to go. Kind of hoping that's the case, because otherwise, if it's a fuel system, which I don't think it is, we're looking at almost $4 grand to just in parts, not including like my labor to do it. So that's a project. We got engine work to do. It's like everything that I do now currently is engine work. I've got a blown up 302. It got that, and then, well, the Super Duty just needs, not Super Duty, but the Power Stroke just needs oil change and some other stuff. That at least runs. Of course, it doesn't make enough power to pop its head gaskets yet. Anyways, that's our upcoming projects. Yeah. Should be fun, right? Yeah. I'm not looking forward to the Duramax. My biggest worry with that is if the heads are cracked, well, we got to get new heads or have them fixed. So, yeah, that sucks. And then after we get the engine fixed, he's got to get tires. You can't win for losing, especially when you're on a farm. And then we got that old Kubota over there. It's got all the fancy sensor emission stuff on it. Yeah, it don't run because the fuel filter is plugged on it again. So I might end up looking at that and trying to get that going. But at least the skid steer we got fixed. Anyways, dudes, that's gonna be it for this. I've got stuff coming up. It's just gonna take time to get to it all. But that's kind of what I think the first half of this year is looking like. We got broken stuff, and it's not just Ford stuff. We got GM stuff. But yeah, this Subaru here, it's on my other channel, my Johnson's Garage channel, my OG channel. I got this for free from a friend. He just needed it gone off the property, and I took it and put a clutch in it. The clutch was blown out on it, and that actually came with the car. Put the clutch in. I went and did head gaskets and stuff before I put the engine back in. So and it runs pretty good. It does need an O2 sensor and a couple other things, but yeah. Anyways, that's enough blabbing. I wanted to give you guys a little video so you know what's going on, in case, you know, if anybody cares. But I'm gonna go. I'm gonna get out of this cold and get out of this rain. I think I might actually leave this car here. Oh wait, I don't want to walk in the mud. I'll go park it by the trailer.